night, and welcome to another political walk and talk video. We got just one subject to talk about, which is the big one. As of right now, there will be a regular food/beverage review posted later for those that aren't interested in this type of content. I totally get it. My GOTA game is off. I've started growing the beard back again just to prepare for the upcoming winter months. But federal government has once again intruded upon an area, taken over local state police, brought in federal troops, and that's DC. So DC is not a state. It should be, because there's a lot of people that live there. But I know that there is an argument that it should remain transparent. It shouldn't have the ability for it to go blue or go red, although traditionally it's more blue, just without it being official. But yeah, it's not a state. And Trump administration sent in federal troops, has taken over local law enforcement. This is the same thing that he did with California. Those troops are still here, by the way. They're just not really doing anything anymore. They're just kind of sitting around after the first, 3-4 weeks of just chaos. Just pure chaos. I mean, they literally did not help anything. They didn't accomplish anything. They came in, they inconvenienced people's lives. They didn't help with crime. It was just a show of force. It was just, whipping your dick around. I have a bigger theory on all of this, but I'll get to that towards the end of the video. So they sent in the troops. They took over, claiming a state of emergency because crime is rampant in DC, which is just not true. I mean, I know that a lot of the people that live there are backing this up and saying, oh, we see it all the time. But I mean, come on. I see crime too, okay? But it's not rampant out here where I live. The thing is, statistically speaking, it's lower. It's gotten better. Overall, it's not perfect. America, unfortunately, a lot of the freedom that we have does come with a lot of crime. Also, as poverty becomes more and more apparent, wealth inequality continues to go up. You're going to have more crime. But, statistically speaking, it's lower than it's been in a long time. I feel like, because now he's basically threatening to do this to Chicago and to New York and other liberal states. This is literally just wagging his dick around, with maybe ominous future implications. But here's the reason why this is not serious, and why I say this not as a liberal, but just as an American. Tennessee apparently has a pretty high crime rate. I can't remember the other ones, but there are other red states that have a high crime rate. So if he was serious about this, if he was serious about law and order, about sending in the federal troops, taking away states' rights to run their own states as they see fit, then he'd be sending them into those too. He's only doing it to blue states. This is a political target. This is a political thing in nature at best, ominous at worst. But that's why it's not serious. He's gonna just claim that the only violent, out of control places are the ones that he doesn't like. That's not leadership. That's insanity. I, for one, am looking forward to the fact that one day, we could get a leftist that's aggressive. It's probably not going to happen, but it could. And imagine if they elect Gavin Newsom as President of the United States. That makes me shudder. I don't like that. But hypothetical, let's say that they elect Newsom as president, and he decides the red states are rampant with crime. I'm going to just send federal troops in and take away local authority from the red states, and I'm going to run them with the federal government. The right would lose their shit. They would lose their shit. They would say this is, intrusion of our freedom. This is, effectively a call to civil war. But yet their side does it to the blue side, and it's just of course this is normal. This is not normal. This is, historically speaking, what he's doing right now is not normal. This is unprecedented. He's literally invoking something for this DC one that's never been used before. So don't come at me and say that this is normal. You guys that support him and all of the crazy shit he does. It's never normal. Like, my problem with him and why I call him the chaos president is because he is normalizing some stuff that is just crazy. That is just, if any other president in history did what he is doing across the board for this first, 8 months, 9 months, you guys would lose your shit. But because it's him, he's allowed to get away with everything. And he's just normalizing chaos. And who knows how the future's going to go. Who knows what is going to happen with future administrations. Again, the people, talking to the people that support him directly, and just cannot fathom the idea that he's chaos. You're going to be handing this type of behavior off to anybody else who becomes president will now be able to do this stuff. And when you bitch and moan, no one's going to care. It's like crying wolf. You guys right now are just going like, it's fine, whatever. I mean, he has to do it. He's doing it because he has to. Okay, so then when the next guy comes in and does this shit to you, and you go, oh my God, what is he doing to me? It's too late. It's normalized. And that's bad for all of us. All of us. Doesn't matter if you're a liberal, conservative, independent. This is bad for everybody. Now on to my theory. I have an ominous theory. I'm starting to think he's not going anywhere. Or at least he thinks he's not going anywhere. You know, decorating the White House to make it look god-awful ugly. $200 million renovations to a ballroom. You know, getting rid of the Rose Garden and making like a party deck. I think he thinks that he is not going anywhere. And that would make sense if he starts to continue this by sending in federal troops to sit around in states that he does not control, that he doesn't like. It's like, for California example, they sent in the National Guard. They're still here. They're still here. Now, they're not aggressive anymore. They kind of fucked off with all that. ICE is, but like the National Guard's just chilling. I think his goal ultimately is he is going to slowly but surely, over the course of 4 years, do this to every blue state that he does not have any semblance of control over. And if he decides, oh, well, I'm just going to stay. Well, he's already got a base of operations to stop any uprising in any of the states that would be opposed to it. Now, yeah, that sounds batshit crazy, but like, if you aren't absolutely sucking this guy's dick dry and you look at it from an outsider perspective, he's already doing stuff that's super crazy. He's already doing stuff that's unprecedented, that's insane, that any other president did. It would be over. So like, that's my theory anyway, is I think that they're playing the long con, the long game, because last time he came in and he was reserved to a degree, but it's also because he tried so much shit so fast that I think that it overwhelmed a lot of people, especially because we just weren't used to it yet. Now everybody's used to it. Everybody's used to waking up, looking at their feed and going, oh, he did this other thing that's completely unprecedented. So that's my theory. I'm curious what you guys have to think about this one. I'm exceptionally curious about the question of, so you'd be fine if a Democratic president came into power and did this to red states, claiming that the crime is rampant. Because, like, I'm gotta tell you, I'm not comfortable with the federal government overreaching on states' rights when it comes to how they handle their crime at all. The fact that he's not even stating what the emergencies are, he's just saying they're emergencies. And that is a George Bush playbook, but that was more about the wars abroad. They were just like, well, it's an emergency. It says in the wording of the law that I can do this as long as it's an emergency. Well, what the fuck is the emergency? Because you could literally just say anything's an emergency and get your way and send federal troops in to trump states' rights. This shit's wild, man. And it's not even remotely over, because he's going to do this to Chicago. He's going to do this to New York. And his base is going to cheer and go, oh, he made those libs so mad, while they're too stupid to realize that this could be used on you in the future, but you're just calculating and I guess hoping that the country forever will just be Republicans, even though We have a rich history of it going all over the place. It's like you're like begging for authoritarianism at this point, and I sure as hell don't understand it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Stay tuned for that food or beverage video. Have a normal review up. I'm gonna get the rest of my walk in. I am struggling right now. We filmed for Loco Pong, the final one, which should be up soon for Patreon, and whew, I'm old, man. I'm glad that was the last one, because I could not do that again. That is all she wrote. All right, bye, everybody.
Reckless eating! Reckless eating!